All right, guys, how's it going? I'll be hosting live streams on here today at 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock UK time. If you want to come along and have a natter about all things LFC and anything else you want. I have published a morning briefing on my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/Duncan Oldham. The link to that channel is in the description of this video and it will pop up on your screen at the end. Over there, I do the acknowledgements, tell you about the daily schedule. We talk Liverpool, we talk Cop Talk, we talk me, we talk you. All right? So if you like this channel, you should come over there as well because there's additional content on that channel. So, in this video, we're going to be talking about Fabrizio Romano. Mo Salah! Now, people ask me why I shout Mo Salah. It's to do with contract negotiations, renewal, talks and everything that was going on, not last time, I think it was the time before actually. And Fabrizio Romano put a video out. It was about 20 minutes, 30 minutes long, basically just saying the same thing over and over again about Mo Salah. And every time he said his name, he shouted Mo Salah, basically. So now you know. So yeah, Fabrizio Romano, we're going to be talking about him in this video. So Fabrizio Romano has been banned. His content or certain, like posting his stuff or whatever has been banned from Reddit. The Liverpool group on there, and I don't know if you use Reddit. It doesn't interest me for Liverpool FC stuff. It just seem like a bunch of kids in there. I'm sure they're not bothered about a granddad like me not taking part. But I don't know, it's just a bit clicky and a bit strange in there. And anyway, but nevertheless, the moderators there have taken it upon themselves to ban links or things to do with stuff that Fabrizio Romano says about Liverpool, because he's come under heavy criticism for the amount of stuff he's posted, or they think he's posted, with regards the tragic events of last week. Matthew Beale, one of my friends on here that participates in the live streams, you'll see him in the comments, was raging last week. He was in a group chat with us talking. He said, "Hey, we've seen how much Romano's posting about this, and I didn't see much on X at the time, but he said, no, take a look at his Facebook." So I had a look at the Facebook, and it was every single thing. And I don't know, the suggestion is, right, so the people in Reddit, they obviously feel that it's for clicks and for engagement, in other words, revenue. I think that's a bit harsh, to be honest with you. I don't believe that Fabrizio Romano is thinking, I can make a few quid out of this. He doesn't need to. But he's left himself open for criticism, right? Now, this is what I would have done, right? I think he's been criticised for what he's been posting on X. I don't know. To be honest with you, I've stayed away from all those kind of accounts since last week because I don't want to fill my head with all these sad things. So I avoid it for a little bit. And I'm not alone, because quite a few people have posted in my comments and on the members website. I've left social media alone for a few days because it's all about, what Jota's teammates think of him, thought of him, whether, you know what I mean? All these just really sad things. And it would appear that Romano's been, posting them and maybe putting pictures of what's being said and everything. Now, the thing is, maybe Romano just wants people to see that, right? But what I would have done on X is, where they make their money on X, on a monetized account, is in the comment section, right? So what I would have done if I was him is I would have posted what people were saying, and I would have disabled comments, because then no one can accuse you of trying to capitalize on it, because your answer would be, well, you make the revenue through the replies. So if you don't know, on X, an account that is monetized, they've got to pass a certain amount of views, which he obviously does, impressions. They have to be a verified account, therefore have the blue tick, although that can be hidden, I believe, in your settings. And when they post something on X, when people reply to that post, or, in the comments, if you like, anyone with a blue tick replying earns the account holder revenue. If you don't have a blue tick, if you're not monetized, they don't earn anything from you. They only make the money from the blue ticks replying. So if Fabrizio Romano had disabled comments, which you don't really need to have comments on that, he wouldn't have generated a penny from that. So that's what I would have done. Listen, even if I was, one of these moderators on Reddit or wherever, even if I opposed what Fabrizio Romano, I thought he was doing or what he was doing, I wouldn't force a ban on anybody, because I think it's up to everybody individually to decide what you can and can't read, right? So I've moderated the Cop Talk forums for almost 3 decades, and there's many times when people, post things and I think that's just fucking ridiculous, but I wouldn't take it down or remove it or say you can't post that clown on here. There's various journalists that I have zero time for, that I do think are chances, right? But people on the members' website still maybe want to share one of their articles or something. It's not for me to say you can't post that on here. I just don't think that's right. I think everybody should have the right to make their own decisions. And if you don't want to know what he said, don't fucking read what's being posted then. Don't click into it. It's the same on here. I always say to you, I'm just giving you my opinions. My opinion's no more important than yours, right? You've got a different opinion to me, that's fine. As long as you leave a respectful comment to me and the community, treat each other nice, you can say what you want, because we're all entitled to it. Do you know what? I actually quite like it when people come on here and say, don't I disagree with you about that, and then they give their version. Yeah, nice one. There's nothing wrong with that. It's when people are abusive, not just to me, I just get rid of them. But when I see them being abusive to you in the comments, I do the same. So Fabrizio Romano, he's been heavily criticised for it. I know that there was a post on the members' website last week. I think it was Rich T. He's a good friend of mine as well, known Rich for years. And he was upset at the amount of channels and places capitalising on monetization. I think I did one video on the whole thing. I was still in shock when I made that video. But I said right at the beginning of that video, because I'm not stupid, this video is not monetized, and I wouldn't want it to be monetized. And that's all Romano had to do, was turn off comments, and then nobody could have said a bad word about him. Romano is what he is. He's got contacts with agents. He's very good. What he does, he's a lone wolf, if you like. He's a massive media organization, if you think about it. A very powerful man that can help clubs and agents and players receive a lot more money. There's no doubt about it. I follow him for a bit of entertainment. I like to keep an eye on what he's saying, but I know he taps in a lot as well. He put a post out yesterday, I think it was, about Diaz and Barcelona and all the Twitter twats, the content aggregators, those that make money from, the replies, were putting out, Romano says this about Diaz, and people think, that must be right then. But the reality is he just read the same newspapers that I read yesterday for you guys. But he failed to mention that. So, but this is just like, the reason I'm making this is not to have a go at Romano. I've actually said I wouldn't have banned him personally. He just hasn't handled it very well. And I don't know. I hope he would read the comments that people say and learn from it. I learn from what you guys say to me all the time, provided you say it sensibly. If someone said, I don't think that's right, Dunk, I would have gone, all right, okay. Because there's no book in life to educate you as to what you do or don't do or say, or you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I say things and I go, oh shit, should I have said that, But then there's wet wipes as well that get upset by everything. Anyway, I have to go because I'm going live in a minute. But Fabrizio Romano is banned from Reddit. I only use Reddit for porn. I'll be honest, it's got my niche. It's great on there. It's good. I like it. It's good on there. But no, it's a bit clicky for me. And in fact, what were they doing last time? I think they stopped. Last time they were having a whinge on there, I'm sure it was in Elon Musk had been linked to Liverpool, which we all knew was guff at the time. It was just because his dad, that he's not close to, mentioned something about it. And I'm sure they were like, no more posts to X, no links to X. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. And then they've got all these different tiers for journalists, aren't they? Tier 1, tier 2. Oh, I think he should be tier 3. Why not just say he's a good journalist or he's shite? That's what I do. I say, I think he's all right. It's not for me to tell you, who you should listen to. I will say to you, hey, as far as I'm concerned, in my opinion, there's only Joyce and Ornstein worth listening to and a bit of Romano for entertainment. That's what I would say. But I wouldn't force this on you. You can't, in my comments, mention Captain Obvious, for example. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I don't know what to take of it. There's part of me that thinks it's funny in the sense that Romano's being banned. Like, that probably takes up the majority of their fucking discussions anyway. But then there's a serious issue behind it that people are like offended because they feel that he's, exploiting the situation. I don't believe that, to be honest with you. I don't believe for 1 minute that he's, consciously said, I'm going to do this and I'm going to get loads more interaction. He doesn't need to do that. He doesn't need to do that. So I think that's a little bit silly. But he just hasn't used his noddle. And I would have disabled comments on X, and then he couldn't have been accused of generating any revenue because he wouldn't have generated any revenue. There you go. All right. So I will continue to touch on what Fabrizio Romano says about Liverpool Football Club, even if you can no longer post about him on Reddit if you're on Reddit. All right. And don't forget, listen, Reddit's probably great if you're 12, all right, 13. I'm 50, so I'm a bit more miserable. Do you know what I mean? I'll say what I fucking want and I'll discuss what I want. And hopefully other people have that attitude around here. If someone said to me, don't discuss Fabrizio Romano ever again because of that, I would say no. It's up to everybody to decide. And if you've got Fabrizio Romano in the title of a video and you don't like Fabrizio Romano, don't watch the videos. That's what I would say. It's easy peasy, isn't it, guys? All right. So I'm going to go. I do have more content, I think, that I would like to discuss with you today, but I'm not sure. Time's cracking on. I'm going to go live now. And listen, if you miss the afternoon stream, I'll be live at 6 p.m. UK time. All right. I feel a little bit more like, able to focus on things today with you. I did go to the cafe this morning and reviewed all this. Yeah, let's... I know some of you need a bit more time and stuff. Maybe you guys watching the videos are just trying to keep busy, talking about other things. There's a serious thing behind this video, that people think that, and maybe they are upset. But then if you feel that way, then you should reply to his post on X and say, not good. It's the only way of getting feedback to people. And I don't know. Maybe he should know better. Maybe he's just not realised, not thought. We all make mistakes in life, don't we? And I've made many. All right, guys. I'll speak to you later. If you enjoyed the video, you can thumbs up the video. You can drop me a comment. If you want to support the channel, there's a love out under the video. It's like buying me a coffee when I go to CAF. You can become a channel member, whatever you want. It's up to you. I don't clickbait you. I don't make videos about every fucking transfer link. I don't try and sell you ball shaving products, and I don't give you affiliate code COPTALK69 right fucking now. Do you know what I mean? I don't do any of that. But if you want to support my channel that way, nice one. But you can support the channel by leaving me a nice comment or just watching. Maybe you're busy. All right, guys, take it easy and we'll speak real soon. More salah!